Hi, this is a reading for Gemini, and this is the fifth dimension. And what I do is I bring forward your loved one who has passed. If you pray and meditate over your loved one that you feel stands beside you here on earth, I will receive the energy. So if this does not resonate with you this time, pray and meditate over your person. And then next time I do a reading for the sign of Gemini, um, I'm pretty sure that they will come through. I've had it happen. I've had it work many, 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 many times. I wanted to get a YouTube channel going so that I could spread this to lots of people and bring some light to your loss and some happiness to the darkness that loss brings. So I use several tools. I'll give you a little bit of their story, their occupational energy, their energy as a person, some letters and numbers that resonate with them. Let's see, what else? A message from them. That's the most important part. And I do that at the end. I also pull an eye color. So I want to confirm for you that your person is coming through. That way, if this doesn't resonate, you can listen to future readings. Please hit subscribe so that you know when I release them. All right, Gemini, I'm going to get started. I have a man who has stepped forward. I like him a lot. He's got kind of a casual demeanor. He stands with one hand in his pocket most of the time. So he did not, when he would dress casually, he did not tuck in his t-shirt, and he would hold his hand in his right pocket, and it would hold the t-shirt up a little bit, and his hand would be in his pocket, and his left arm would hang. And he is standing here right now, and I just like him. I like his energy, and I can see why, because when I pulled these cards, it really is a great description of who is standing here. So, and of course, this is his energy, but let me give you his story. He started out possibly in the military, but he worked in law enforcement in some way, shape, or form. He might have first started out as like a court bailiff or something like that, or maybe someone at the jail. So after he got out of the military, and he might have done military patrol in the military, I'm not sure, but I do know he did enlist. But when he came out, he kind of went into that career to protect and to serve. He also met the love of his life. So he did get married and had a good, solid marriage. He never made as much money as he wanted to, which I know is true for most of us, but it's reflecting in the things that I pulled for him. So this was something that bothered him, and you probably know that it bothered him. He had not a gloom and doom type of attitude. He just was more pessimistic than he was optimistic. I received an intuitive hit that he had a stroke that injured his speech. And so the hard part of his life was the end of his life, because from the time he had that stroke till the time he passed, he was not a happy person. He was miserable. He was very upset that that had happened to him. He didn't take it well, especially his speech, that he could not talk confidently and in charge like he often was his energy. And he possibly needed help after the stroke too, which he also didn't like. I also had that he got injured on the job. He had some kind of an injury. So if he was in the police or line of work, then he might have suffered an on-the-job injury. So, all right, so I'm going to pull, so I've pulled his occupation. Oh, I know. I was told, and he said this to me when he first stepped in. He hated to fly, would not fly on a plane no matter how long the trip was. Okay? He just refused. Did not like it at all. All right. I'm also got that he possibly did a little side job delivering things. And if he was a police officer, he might have possibly served subpoenas or something like that on the side for extra money. All right, so let me grab his personality energy, and I make myself some notes. I have that he was not a football fan per se. It just was. I mean, he watched football games, but he didn't live his life by it. I also have that he was buried in an urn. And he either had something red was inserted into the urn, or maybe the urn was red. So that was what I received. And the notes that I wrote is that he loved policies and procedures. He loved structure and order. He loved to be in charge. He was okay with making hard decisions. He was logical, analytical. And so that's why this job, the occupational energy I got for him just fits so perfectly, because I definitely think that most police officers have that kind of energy. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull an eye color for him. So I have a bowl of marbles, and I close my eyes and pull one to get his eye color. Okay, so I have blue eyes. So this would be, I would say, very blue. Obviously, these are artificial, so not many people have this color, but this to me just tells me, I mean, like my eyes are actually a little blue-gray. His eyes were just blue-blue, like sky blue. So I hope that that confirms that this is who you think it is. And I also pulled some letters. I made my own cards from A to Z, and I shuffle them, and whatever falls to the ground is what I take. Sometimes I have names or words that are representative of this person, and I received Vic. So was his name Vic by any chance? Victor? All right, so I got VIC. Now this could be representative of his first, middle, and last name also, but something possibly about Vic or these letters VIC would be representative of him. I also received Y, T, and Z. So this could just be, his street might have started with the letter Z, but just don't force things to fit, but just anything representative of him. Think outside the box. All right. All right. I also pulled some numbers. I made cards representative of the numbers 1 through 31 for some of the months have 31 days. These numbers will be representative of him. They could be a birth month, death month, birth date, death date, Gemini. So, like I said again, think outside the box. 10 could represent October, 5 could represent May, and maybe the 16th day could be a date that you know, or a date of the month that something was significant in his life. All right. And then I've got, okay, 0, 27, and 12. This could be representative of 2012. The 0 to me tells me that he had a child that was not born. So it was either a voluntary termination or it was a miscarriage or stillbirth. So that's very significant as being representative of him. You would know that, I'm probably for sure. All right, and my favorite part is to let you know, if he could talk to you right now, what would he say? So I have a deck of cards that I call Stairway to Heaven, and I shuffle them, and what falls to the floor is what I take. All right? These were beautiful. I remember when I pulled these and I read them, I thought, wow, He said, I watch over you every day. I mean, how beautiful is that? So you might intuitively feel him around you. Just know he is. All right. And he said it was my time to go. So there was nothing anyone could have done to prevent his passing. He's been enlightened by the divine that this was his time. All right. And he wants you to know he is surrounded by loving animals. So he might have been a big dog person, cat person, and he wants you to know that he's surrounded by those animals that he had that have passed. And he said, I have become one of your guides. And that is exactly why I want to do these readings for people, because we feel such a loss when we lose someone. And just to know that they stand beside us as an earth guide and an extra level of love and support, I mean, it just makes it a little bit easier to take. It makes the loss a little bit easier to take. So I hope I brought a smile to your face. I hope this was a blessing. I love you. If this didn't resonate, please look for future readings. I would appreciate your support just by hitting like or subscribe. That's all I'm looking for. So just to help some people out. So have a good night and thanks for joining me. See you later.